stand on the shoulders of 2,000 years of faithful people who we can follow. Even if we don't know what we're doing, or even if we don't really feel like it's true for us, we can fake it until it becomes real for us. And I'm not saying fake in negative words. I'm just saying, sometimes I've had people say to me, I don't understand something, or I'm arguing, or I'm resisting. They said, just do it, Doug. Just do it. And then you'll figure it out. And we need people like this in our lives to walk in their footsteps. And if you've had children, you know how powerful modeling is. Things you don't think anybody sees, all of a sudden you see your small child doing exactly the same thing. I used to work with stores and different things, and grocery stores and that, and you get exposed to a lot of different behaviors of children in a place like a grocery store. And there was this young girl, she was probably 3, maybe 4. She was throwing this temper tantrum and having a fit and uncontrollable. And her mother said something to her, and she put her hands on her hips and says, "No man's going to tell me what to do." And I went, well, I wonder where she learned that. But there's that kind of power in modeling, isn't there? I laugh today. The things I would say to my kids that bugged them so much. I'm sitting in my son's house and I can hear my voice. Because I said so. Just do it. Etc. And I try not to laugh out loud. It works. But there's the other type of people it talks about here. For many of whom I have often told you, and now tell you even with tears, walk as enemies of the cross of Christ. Now there's some controversy about who Paul's talking about here. Some people think it's the Jews, the Judaizers, the unsaved Greeks or whatever. But I really do think that he's talking about people that have been part of the church, who have masqueraded as religious. And the reason I say that is that there's many warnings. Jesus talked about them. We talked a few weeks back about wolves in sheep's clothing. Jesus talked about them. Peter talks about them. John warns about them. Paul makes several warnings about them. I'll just refer to one. I just started going through my Bible, putting orange tabs in the New Testament on passages that I could remember that talk about this, and there's a number of them. It's a real thing. John talks about some of them, and Jude talks about them having snuck in unawares, and they corrupt and draw people after themselves. And Paul, his last visit with the elders at Ephesus, he warned them that wolves would come in. And that people, even among yourselves, he's speaking to the elders, some of you will rise up and draw people away after themselves. Not that we should be paranoid, but they do exist. In Romans chapter 16, verses 17 and 18, Paul says, I appeal to you, brothers, to watch out for those who cause divisions and create obstacles, contrary to the doctrine that you've been taught. Avoid them. For such persons do not serve our Lord Christ, but their own appetites, literally their own bellies. And by smooth talk and flattery, they deceive the hearts of the naive. And it's been my experience that they have deceived themselves as well. They often masquerade as religious people. And here's the thing, they are prioritizing self-preservation over Christ-like suffering. They're looking out for number one, that's me. I'm taking care of myself. I'm protecting myself. Not willing to give themselves for the sake of others. Like